Guys, we talking about the big Michael Jackson. We see the curious facts about Michael Jackson. Like the people doesn't know all the things about stars. It's been 16 years, more than 16 years, since the world lost Michael Jackson for more than 4 decades. The world's greatest entertainer moved us, amazed us, entertained us, and shocked us. To honor the one of the only the king of pop, discovering the new information. His favorite animated character was Pinocchio. Favorite books as a child included Rip Van Winkle and The Old Man and the Sea. He owned a boa constrictor called Muscles. He was very ticklish. Billie Jean was the first video by a black artist to air on MTV. And Michael Jackson followed a strictly vegetarian diet. He was a fan of Mexican food. He used to put spiders in his sister Latoya's bed when they were young. He has not one but two stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, one for himself and the one for Jackson 5. He owned two llamas called Louis and Lola. He and Liz Marie Presley were married for only 19 months, almost 20 months. He paid $47 million for the publishing right to the Beatles' back catalog in 1980s. He later sold the share to Sony for 95 million, double. He won 8 Grammy in 1984, the highest amount ever won by one person in a single year. His middle name was Joseph, after his father. He was 5 years old when he gave his first public performance, singing Climb Every Mountain. In 1993, his dermatologist announced MJ had a skin disease called vitiligo, which causes loss of skin color in blotches. Thriller is the world's best-selling record all of the time, with an estimated 66 million copies sold worldwide, according to the Guinness World Records. However, the Eagles' greatest hits has recently surpassed Michael Jackson Thriller as best-selling album in the United States. Michael Jackson never owned the rights to the state's anthem, contrary to popular belief. He owned a good portion of the Beatles catalog, possibly including Carolina in My Mind, which is a likely explanation for the confusion. His figures are found in fine Madame Tussauds museum across the world, behind only those of Elvis Presley and Madonna. His favorite superhero is Morph from X-Men. It is estimated that he earned around almost $500 million from music in his lifetime. He often wore a black armband to draw attention to the plight of children suffering around the world. He had a pet ram called Mr. Tips. The musician wanted to be played by Jackson in a biographical film, Little Richard. A fan in France committed suicide in 1984 because his mother refused to allow him to undergo surgery to look like the star, his star. The video for Scream cost $10 million, making it the most expensive video. A library once accused the singer of owning 1 million in overdue books fees. The Kingdom of Sunwi named, named M.G. King in 92. He won an MTV Award for Best Movie Song in 94 with Will You Be There from Free Willy. He has said weight loss and being a vegetarian contributed to the change in his look, but he didn't admit to having had two nose jobs. Before concert, he liked to drink Ricola Coke drops dissolved in hot water. In 2002, he set the world ablaze when he dangled his infant son Prince Michael II, commonly known as Blanket, over a hotel balcony in Berlin in front of fans. He once acknowledged sharing his bed with children but described it as sweet and not sexual. He was a best man at Liza Minnelli's wedding to the David Guest. The largest television audience in US history watched him perform during the 1993 Super Bowl. A survey 97 declared him the most famous person in the world. Michael Jackson patented a shoe device that allowed dancers to learn forward at gravity-defying angles. It's a best friend for Elizabeth Taylor and once described as a warm, cuddly blanket that I love so snuggle up to. Macaulay Culkin is the good father to Michael Jackson's three children. But Michael Jackson is godfather to Michael Ritchie. And he's also godfather to Bee Gees singer Barry Gibson Michael. Michael co-wrote We Are the World with Lionel Richie. He was 4 years old when he joined his brother Marlon, Jermaine, Jackie, and Tito in their band. The group's number one hits included I Want You Back, ABC, and I'll Be There. Jackson suffered burns when an explosion set his hair on fire during production on 1984 Pepsi advertising. Jackson has 13 number one hits on the US Billboard charts, behind only Elvis Presley, the Beatles, and Mariah Carey. In 1993, MG opened up in an interview with Oprah Winfrey about his traumatic childhood, including the loneliness he felt. His mother was a Jehovah's Witness and raised him as such. The family band was originally called the Jackson Brothers. At age 8, was promoted to join lead vocals and the group became the Jackson 5. He initially used the eccentric personality to promote his music, but he disliked the Wacko name. Rumors about him included that he slept in an oxygen chamber and that he bought the bones of Elephant Man. He bought the land in California that became the Neverland Ranch for 17 million in 1988. The profits from his single Man in the Mirror went to charity. His most famous pet was Bubble, the chimpanzee. Jackson bought Bubbles when he was 3 from a cancer research clinic in Texas. American artist Jeff Koons made a series of sculptures of Jackson and Bubbles. So I hope you like the curiosity about Michael Jackson. He's not so bad to know something doesn't know.